Sergeant and Mrs. Smith, you're going to love this house.
Is that a tub in the kitchen?
There's no field manual for finding the right home. But when you do, USAA Homeowners Insurance can help protect it the right way. Restrictions apply.
Drink it in, man. Touchdown, Detroit Lions! Cornbread! 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 Drink it in, man. Touchdown, Detroit Lions! Touchdown, Detroit Lions! Cornbread! Drink it in, drink it in, drink it in, man.
Detroit Koolaid, Detroit Koolaid drinkers. We are back here on the show. I am your host, Derek Oakley, here on the Wednesday pod. And I got another guy with me on the show. We're going to talk some Lions. I mean, I'm real frustrated with an 0-4 start. We'll get into that here in a moment. But I got the man, the myth, the legend on the show. You guys know who he is.
Bro.
What's
He's
good,
back.
bro?
He's back, ladies and gentlemen.
Week.
The King of Bros is back. Stefan, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, man, I'm just here just to try and, keep the hope alive, have a little fun with it. We'll break down a few Lions things. It's been a minute, so happy to be back on the show.
All right, well, first of all, it has been a minute because you miss every show. You got a massage, or you're out playing that sport with the tiny ball and the huge net, having orange slices at halftime, wearing Umbros. I mean, you got a parent-teacher meeting. You're at some work Zoom call at the bar. I don't know what you're doing half the time you don't come on the show, but you're actually here. You're about 10 minutes late, but that's neither here nor there. And you say it's going to be fun. Bro, I don't know if this is going to be fun. My team is 0-4. I got issues all over the map. I mean, you might have to serve up Kool-Aid because I am frustrated here on the podcast. The people know I love the Lions. They know I serve up the Kool-Aid. I'm optimistic. I'm always giving people time and chances. But I got a lot of issues now that I've got to get off my chest. So this should be a fun show. I'm going to kind of get after it. And you might need to serve me up some of that Honolulu delicious blue Kool-Aid to get me back going, bro.
Listen, bro, I get it, man. It's frustrating. The growing pains, man, but listen, we still got some pieces in place. We'll break it all down. We'll vent to a little bit. We'll talk optimism too. That's what I'm here for, bro. Keep it light, keep it happy. I got you.
All right, bro. Well, sounds good. Let's pull your famous music down here and let's get into this because we're going to go through this Bears game and talk about what's ahead for the Lions, but here's my issue. Like, I'm on Twitter. You guys can find me at Derek Oakley, and I'm kind of like, all right, here's the players that I think didn't play well. Here's the things that just I don't understand why they were so sloppy, why they were so mistake-ridden, why we're making the decisions we're making. And all I hear, bro, is people going, oh, we'll be good in like 3 years. Don't worry about it. Or, hey, what'd you expect? I expected better than this right now is what I expected. Like, Dan freaking Campbell's out there going for it on every fourth down. We've got these young players tiptoeing their way along. Have you heard Levi Onwuzurike? I named him Big Denim here on the show. I don't even think I heard his name on a broadcast yet. I mean, he's out there every once in a while. What's this guy doing? Like, I need it sped up, bro. I need production. I need, I don't know, W's. Like, can we get this going a little bit quicker? Because I'm running out of patience. I'm a little frustrated, and I need my team to play better football so I can be like, all right, I see the plan. Oh, I see this guy coming along. Oh, it's gonna be okay. Right now we're 0-4, and I'm trying to tell the people I get the long-term plan, but I'm like most other Lions fans where I want to see more, bro.
Yeah, bro. Like, man, okay, a lot to break down there. I definitely get it. Of course, frustration is going to be high across the board. I'm not going to lie, though. I like the passion you're showing, not just some, slapstick lying stuff. But no, I'm messing with you. It's growing pains, and I'm frustrated too. But like you said, there's a lot of aggression. I don't think that's going to stay around, bro, once the Lions are actually competitive. So I think they're just kind of throwing everything at, throwing as much craziness at the players, let them learn by fire. It's almost like, hey, what's the difference? We're going through these, trial by fire, and we're just going to go for it, balls to the walls. And obviously it's backfired, but I think Campbell's also shown a willingness to adapt just based on some of the interviews I've seen lately. So, bro, I get there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on, but it's a little bit of a nuanced situation. That's my take, bro.
First of all,
Bruh.
are you accusing me of all people of doing lion slapstick? Is that what you said?
Drink it in, man.
Cornbread. Would I do such a thing? Would I go to the old gimmicks? Would I just go way over the top when I'm talking Lions football? And come on, bro.
Bruh.
Listen, bro. No, that's all love, bro. It's all love.
All right. So here's the thing. I mean, you're trying to serve me up some Kool-Aid. I mean, normally it tastes delicious. We were at the Baltimore tailgate. I mean, we were handing out Kool-Aid packets. We're telling everybody to drink it in. People are coming over asking for some sips of that Honolulu Blue Kool-Aid that we had at the tailgate. I mean, tremendous time. I'm always going to serve the Kool-Aid. I'm always going to be Lions forever. But bro, I'm looking at my injury report right now. I got my number one defensive end's been out multiple weeks. I got my number two defensive end just ripped his Achilles off. I got my number one corner, my number 3 overall pick, out with an Achilles as well. I mean, it's almost every top player at positions that are quality positions are already done. We're in week 4. I can't have my top 8 players out for the year at injury at the quarter pole. And I would like the guys that, I don't know, like Jamie Collins, who's now gone, or guys that can't play to maybe injure their knee or hurt their shoulder. I can't have it be our top guys because, bro, I'm here to tell you, we didn't have top talent going in this year. So if I can name off 6-7 players, our left tackle, by the way, hasn't played yet this year. We've got our top center, the best center in the game, Frank Ragnow, might be out for multiple weeks. How are we going to win football games when you basically name off our top players on our roster and they're all laid up injured?
Yeah, obviously that sucks, and that's the NFL. I mean, it's an injury plagued type of environment, but obviously the Ragnar going out sucks. That's huge, bro. But shit, I get left tackle going out is big, but man, oh man. Penei Sewell steps in, and all of a sudden it's like he's back at Oregon, just throwing people around. So, listen, I mean, that kind of worked out, bro. You just relax. Just take a look at some of the positives.
Hold on. But let me jump in because you're already off the rails here. I bring you on the show. You're over here pumping up Penei Sewell. Penei Sewell had 1 or 2 good games. He also had a couple not so good games. He didn't have a good game against Chicago. Did you see the strip sack? We'll get into later. Did you see about 8 other pressures he gave up? So people that are anointing this guy as a Hall of Fame left tackle, it's not the case. He played well first game and a half or whatever it was. He's still learning. So yes, do I want Taylor Decker back? ASAP. I don't know why he's out with a pinky injury or whatever the issue is. I need him back playing left tackle. I need the big fella over on the right. Figure it out. It's an injury leak. Creates everybody gets hurt. Not your top 8 guys. I mean, can I get Bobby Price hurt, who never would have played if he's on any other team? Can I get Jerry Jacobs, an undrafted guy, maybe have a little ding that he can come back in 4 weeks because nobody's ever heard of the guy ever before? I can't have all pros at different positions or the guy that we just paid $18 million out for the whole year. It's not going to be good.
Hold on, you're gonna hate this real quick, but I gotta say it because especially after you tweeted this out. Hey, we don't have the depth to do anything this year, next year. I mean, we're obviously in a complete rebuild and whatever. We got a couple core pieces. So you see Penny Sewell has the potential to be our new starting left tackle. You don't think we can get a few pieces for Decker?
Stefan, right now, this is the overreaction. Like, people have accused me in the past of, oh, you're too quick to love this guy. Oh, you give this guy credit on potential. Like, Penny Sewell's looked pretty good. I liked him as a player. I was jumping for joy when they took him at number 7. But we haven't even seen Decker on the left, Penny on the right, Frank in the middle, and some more weapons on the outside. We haven't even seen that yet. So I'm not ready to make a decision until I at least see it for a bit. And would I trade Taylor Decker for the right price? Sure. Am I willing to trade him right now, kind of sight unseen, and just throw the 20-year-old over there and say, oh, he'll be good. We'll figure it out. Yeah, he'll be a good left tackle, and I'm willing to move him over there whenever, but not in game 6. It's way too early to be making all these change-ups. Oh, I saw him a couple games, look good. Just get rid of the other guy who we just paid, who's a quality football player. No.
Yeah, man. Well, listen, I get it. Obviously, as we break down the Bears game more, bro, like, you're going to see we got a lot of pieces to fill. It's frustrating, but, man, like, they're, good with the bad. I get it, but I'm frustrated too, bro. It sucks.
Bro, your job was to serve up Kool-Aid. Your job was to save me here. Your job was to get me and the fans going, because I'm here venting, going crazy, because yes, it is week 4. We got a lot of football left to play. But I wanted to win 1, 2 of these first few games. Was I going to win them all? No. Was I going to even win 3 of the 4? Probably not. But I'm drinking up that Kool-Aid. I wanted to see a football team that wasn't like playing a half like the old Lions that we always saw. Hey, we don't show up for the first half. Hey, we'll come back after we're down 21. Like, I've seen some of that. I've also seen some of the same dumb decisions that I've seen over the years. I've seen referee issues again. And I'm telling you, you can just, injuries happen to everybody. Injuries every year to the Detroit Lions happen to our top quality football players early in the year, and they're never like, oh, he's got a hangnail, be out a week or so. It's always like, oh, he blew out his ACL, he's out for the year, maybe he'll come back next year. Oh, he's got a shoulder issue that lingers the whole year and keeps him out much longer than. Nobody even knows what's going on with Deshaun Hand. I mean, that guy's out with who knows what, and it's like no idea if he'll ever play again. I mean, this doesn't happen to other NFL teams. Like, kicks don't go off the crossbar and go the other way from 66 yards and go in. Yet I've seen that this year. I've also seen our head coach just going for it randomly when obviously you could put up points. Like, we need points to win. I don't know if you know this, Stefan. I'm trying to educate you. You need points to win games. So just giving away points because you just want to go for it on 4th and 6 from the 18 doesn't make sense.
Right. Bro, I get it. Facts are facts. I mean, there's points to be mad about. But there is also the little wins that we got to hold on to, bro. Like,
what are the little wins?
The players are playing tough. The players haven't quit yet. We got to put a complete game together. That comes with depth. That comes with DC getting some reps under his belt. He's going to make some mistakes, but shoot, so did Caldwell, bro. It's going to come together.
All right, give me some more of these little wins that are going to get me excited. Like, you already got Penei Sewell in the Hall of Fame because you saw him for like one game. The other games you were sleeping or out playing water polo, whatever you do. Like, what else can I hang my hat on that Stefan, the almighty king of bros, has seen? I'd like to know.
Listen, bro. You can take everything as the worst thing possible, or you can look for a little bit of hope, a little bit of optimism. It's a fine line, but check it out. We played San Fran. We played it. We didn't give up. We try to fight back. Again, it sucks that we got down that much, but old Lions would have just like against the Jets walked off the field. And Bears, these guys, they showed a little energy, a little spirit against the Rams or the Ravens. Shoot, I mean that's like everyone's dark. Like potential Super Bowl, contender. Lamar Jackson's a freak. We played them tough. Again, a few, growth type things along the way, both coaching and players. That game's different. Obviously against the Bears, we had that reckless mentality. Hey, in hindsight, a few of those things that worked out. We're having a different conversation, but the fourth quarter isn't unexcusable. The first quarter, I get the mentality of, hey, we're on the road, we're we're like, we've got nothing to lose this year. Let's go for it in the red zone. And in the other two possessions, I mean, are just, again, stupid mistakes. Any professional can clean those up, man, but it just all has to come together real quick. I understand that.
Let me ask you something.
Bruh.
Do I got you a little flustered here on the pod? I mean, normally I come on, I just serving up Kool-Aid, I'm playing to your gimmicks, I'm kind of throwing you the softball questions. I feel like I got you a little off your game, bro.
Bruh.
Either that or you're carrying in groceries. I don't know what's going on over there. You're breathing hard. You're second guessing yourself. I mean, you're off your game today. Are you okay over there?
Man, listen, I'm trying to stay happy, trying to keep it light. Hey, man, it's a tough time to be a Lions fan. It is what it is.
All right, Stefan, let me help you out. Like I came at you. I flipped the script. I told the people that I might kind of rant and rave and go crazy, and I mean basically all that stuff I said. But let me help you out, because like I got to show you the way on how to serve up Kool-Aid to the people, how to get everybody excited, how to hype it up, how to look past some of the shortcomings, and how to see the excitement that we still have in this football team. So here it is, man. Like these first 4 games, I mean, very tough opponents. There's no question about it. Like the injuries are just stacking up, as I said. Now, on the flip side of that, like there's been some nice, young undrafted corners that have played decently well. I still think our safeties are an abomination. They can't cover every big play. You got number 25 trailing behind like he's one of those cars at the parade that has to stay 15 yards behind everything else. That's Will Harris basically right now. But DeAndre Swift's been good. Hockenson at time has been good. Jared Goff, I'll have some takes on him later, kind of where he's at with everything. But, if you get that Ravens game, I think we're having a different discussion. I'd like to see some of these young cats come on a little bit quicker, but they need to get a win before it gets too late. And like the schedule, it's got Minnesota, then Cincy, and then you're going into some tough ball games after that as well. So I'm looking for that W first and foremost, but I mean, there's still young players that are coming along, but I need to see like guys that I could just say, yeah, not only is he coming along, that guy can be that foundation piece, whether it be the 2 big dogs on the defensive line. St. Brown has had a couple moments, but I haven't seen what I'd hoped from him as far as just being a real dynamic receiver. So my frustration comes of just wanting to see more and be a little bit more excited than I am right now, as well as where is that win going to come from? You tell me. Like, can they get one in the next 3 to 4 weeks? Because if you're looking at 6, 7, 8 losses and no wins, I mean, that's a tough pill. And like with all the injuries and with some of the opponents we still have on the docket, like I think it's going to be tough.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's tough. I get it, and you have every right to be frustrated, to be annoyed, just to throw your hands up and vent a little bit, but like, again, we just got to take some of the bright signs and just really build off them, bro. Like, that's all we got right now, and we're starting from the ground up. It is what it is.
It is what it is. There's no doubt. So I guess like I'd just say to fans, like, I think it's okay to be frustrated because we've been told so many times, we're starting all over, or it's a new regime, just hang on a little bit. Like, we're all going to hang on because we love the Detroit Lions, but we really do. I mean, I really want to end or be mid-year being like, man, Derek Barnes has really come on. He looks incredible. Like, St. Brown is really putting up those consistent weeks, week after week, where it's just like he's making catches, making run after catch, things that we're hoping for. Aleem McNeil, he's been out there a lot, but I haven't seen the penetration that they talked about. I see kind of just a guy that stood up at the line a lot of times, makes a few tackles here or there. And, again, I ranted on him a little bit. Big Denim, where are you at? I need plays from you. Yeah, Penei Sewell, he should be good. We took him number 7 overall, and he's a big, nasty beast. So, you got to like that pick. So, and Jamar Jefferson, the rookie, hasn't even come on at all. So, I mean, he hasn't even suited up, I don't think. So, you need to get some of these other guys out there. Yeah, you're playing some young talent, but to me, it's the rookies are what matter, and it's like, how are you going to supplement this roster? Like, where are you going to add pieces, both in free agency and next year's draft, to go from, like, bottom third, like we're going to be at this year, to, like, mid or even above that? I think it's going to take not only some work, but, I mean, I just can't give a total free pass like some of the people on Twitter are doing. Oh, like catch you. And one guy told me like, hey, 2025 we'll be ready to roll. I'm like, what? Like it's NFL, man. You can flip it in a year or half a year, whatever it is. I'm not trying to like hold tight and lay low until 2025 and then be excited about my football team. We gotta speed it up a little bit more than that, bro.
Yeah, listen, what I'll say to that simply is, you can be very critical and have high demands and still be optimistic, all at the same time. But like, yeah, bro, like it is a roster that needs a lot of work. And man, you tell me though, I don't know what the injury thing is. That's a weird one, but we just gotta look at hopefully some of these young players step up and we got a little bit more, optimism to kind of focus on going forward.
And like I want to see the young players, but I just feel like because of those injuries, like now you really don't know what you have in Okudah going in next year. You just paid Romeo a big salary. Now you're going to get nothing from him. He was playing really well, a lot of hustle, a lot of hard work. I'll do my Jared Goff take right now. Like I feel like he's been meh. He's been like decent. He's been average or even a below average in some opinions. Yes, he's when it's open and he's protected, he puts it on him, but I just haven't seen, like I was sitting there watching Chicago and I was just kind of like, how are we going to score? I was thinking like, I don't see balls going up over the top. I don't see dynamic play calls. I just kind of see, yes, he can get back there and throw an 8-yard dig. He can throw a 5-yard cross. He can throw a stick route to TJ Hawkinson. But it's like, I need more than that from my quarterback. And like part of me liked when he's in the media, just everything's positive and yeah, this guy's great and I really like, he's real professional. It's just wearing on me a little bit because I feel like I don't see the production that backs some of that up. Like you can say that it's Quintez Cephas, St. Brown, whoever are great, in practice, but they're like NFL, like 4 or 5 receivers, and they're 1-2s on this team. Like that just doesn't cut it, Jared Goff can't say everything's great every time in his interviews when we're 0-4 and he's struggling, out there with turnovers or makes a couple bad throws. Like, yeah, he said in his one, I'm pissed, like maybe this will fix it. I'm like, well, okay, but I mean, I just need a little bit more than the whole hum, oh, everything's great, we're trying our best, we got to get it fixed. Like, go out there and make plays.
Yeah, oh yeah, bro. Like, hey, let's see if this is showing, some little bit of shine out there. Obviously, we still want to see more from St. Brown. And Goff. I think the only upside of that is he was never. I don't think anyone ever planned on him being the long-term solution. So, like take that with how you will. But he's kind of a stopgap type guy anyway for the time being. So, we're going to have a new quarterback, to build this real roster off of in the next couple of years anyway. So, at least a little bit of peace of mind there,
But that's part of the rant.
Bruh.
Is like, even if he's not the long-term solution, like we're right here, right now in week 5 of the NFL season, we have no wins. Like we've been hit or miss all year, mostly miss in my opinion. Like me and you were at that San Francisco game. Like you were looking at me like, let's roll, bro. And I was like, oh, let's hang in. And then it was 40-13. And I'm like, let's go. I don't need to see this. And then, okay, you made a comeback on the scoreboard. Like we were at that game. We know it wasn't very close, for 3.5 plus quarters of more than that. And they didn't even score till 2 minutes left in the game. And then they went crazy. So some of this to me is like, I chalk that up as a bad game. I chalk 1 half against Green Bay as like real solid. I was hype at halftime against that Green Bay and then they collapsed. Real good game kind of across the board against the Ravens. And then you went to Chicago and you just laid an egg in all facets. You were sloppy. You turned it over. Okay, wow, you got to the red zone a bunch. Congratulations. Did you do anything? No. So, I mean, that's where we're at the season. So, like, even if Jared Goff's not my quarterback for the next decade, I still want him to play great right now. I still want him to have fire. I still want him to make other people better. I don't want him to miss wide open 4th down throws. I mean, same with some of the other players. Like, yeah, Swift and Swag have been decent, and Hawkinson's good when he's open, but has he even shown that he's like making plays up the seam or catching big time red zone plays or deep? It's like he's been good, but not elite, in my opinion, in a lot of areas. So I don't know, man. There's so much to talk about. And like I said, I can come on here and sugarcoat it and be like, oh, we'll be good in like middle of next year, watch. But it's like right here, right now. We're going in week 5 against a decent Vikings squad. And, like, they got to get up off the map and find a way to get a win. And if they don't, okay, you got Cincy coming to your house. Like, can you beat them? You know, we will see. I kind of don't know what we have right now in the squad.
Well, hey, Cincy's been looking pretty decent. And I guess that's like a hopeful sign for us, man. Shoot, the Bengals can do it, bro. We can do it, too. Damn.
All right, well, let's leave it here. Let's take our break, get our great sponsors in here, bro. And when we come back, like, we'll work our way through this game a little bit. Obviously, I've been a little off the rails. You kind of talked me back in a few things. You kind of dropped the ball, which you've been known to do here on the show. I gave people a little Kool-Aid. I also am not in kind of the Kool-Aid mood. It's like I'm fired up. I want a W. I want to see good football from quarter 1 to quarter 4, not from quarter 1 to quarter 2.5, and then a bunch of garbage. You know what I mean? Like, they just needed to get together. Number 16 needs to play better. The defense needs to learn how to cover people. I'm looking at you, Will Harris. I'm looking at you, Tracy Walker. I'm looking at all of our defenders up front that were supposed to be so good and barely get to the quarterback again. So lots of need to improve on, but we'll work our way through this Bears game. I'll try to calm down a little bit at the break, and we'll get after this, bro. So everybody, we'll be right back.
Salute big savings this Memorial Day with Blinds.com. Upgrading window coverings can be a minor project with a major impact, and Blinds.com makes it easy. Choose premium blinds, shutters, and outdoor shades, just in time for summer fun. Get unlimited window treatments installed for one low cost, all backed by Blinds.com's 100% satisfaction guarantee. Shop Blinds.com's Memorial Day sale now for up to 50% off, plus premium doorbusters. Save up to 50% at Blinds.com. Rules and restrictions may apply.
All right, everybody. This goes out to my fantasy football fans out there. Now, you probably heard about Reality Sports Online, the most powerful fantasy sports platform where owners can build and manage their fantasy team like a real NFL general manager. But the question is, have you tried it? I mean, we're talking free agency, multi-year contracts, rookie drafts, multi-team trades. You can put franchise tags on guys. It's as close as you're going to get to being an NFL GM. But do you think it sounds complicated? It's not. I'm here to tell you it's the best thing about Reality Sports Online is it's just more fun than your normal fantasy league, but it doesn't take barely any more time. After all this, are you still not sure? I mean, come on now. You can test your general manager skills by going over to Reality Sports Online, call it RSO. Please go check out realitysportsonline.com right now. All right, Kool-Aid drinkers are back from the break. I've calmed myself down. I ranted and raved. I kind of flipped the script on Stephanie, expected me to come in with softballs and Kool-Aid and everything's great and roses, and instead I went crazy on him. He didn't know what to do. But he's the king of all bros. He actually showed up for the show, so that's one positive in his category. And we're talking Lions football here, so appreciate you guys listening to sponsors. Please subscribe. It really helps out the show. And Stefan, man, we got to talk about this Bears game. So before we get into some of the plays that happened, what was kind of your big takeaway from this one?
Again, the biggest takeaway is I do understand the aggressive nature, and I like that to a certain degree. And I think that's kind of matching. DC's kind of big talk. He's gonna be aggressive. He's gonna bite kneecaps. He's gonna do all this crazy stuff, and the players are playing hard for him. But man, there's a lot of silly mistakes, I think, both coaching and on the field. So man, you got to get in the red zone, at least get some points, and things start to unravel pretty quick when those sort of things keep happening. So damn.
Stefan, bro, have you seen this yet from Dan Campbell?
We're going to bite a kneecap off. We're going to smile at you. We're going to take your other kneecap. We're going to smile at you. And when we do, we're going to take another hunk out of you. We're going to be the last one standing. All right? That's going to be the mentality.
Have you seen that yet from the head coach?
I think I've seen it once or twice, but you can't be last man standing if you don't keep going for it in the fourth down, right?
Exactly. Or going for it too much on fourth down. Take the points and give yourself a chance. I mean, I want to be the last one standing, but right now we're 5 weeks in and we're not standing yet. We're either laying down or still crawling, and it's got me all riled up here early on the show. Here's my thing with this game. Bro. I'm looking at the score. I'm like 24-14. Like, 10-point road game. Not the end of the world. Now, most games, a 10-point is like a blowout in the NFL, to be honest. But like the end of score didn't feel like this game to me. It felt like they punched us in the mouth on the first drive. We came back down, had a nice drive, and then clunked it up, and then continued to clunk it up the rest of the game in different situations, penalties, whatever it may be. So I just feel like it was a game full of errors, sloppy play. I even put, which I rarely do, I put a couple just frustrated tweets out during the game, and then I said at the end, you didn't deserve to win this game. You really didn't. Like, again, it kind of got close at the end. I'm thinking, hey, make a few plays. Dan Campbell was quoted as saying, hey, a couple plays, we win that game. I didn't feel that way. I felt like here's another late comeback where maybe make it look good or maybe have a chance, and then that fell short based on his decision making as well as a bad throw by Jared Goff, an absolute abomination of a penalty to end the game, which I saw blatantly on my TV for 2 straight plays that was still not corrected, and that just ended the football game. So, again, let's get into this game. The most disconcerting part for me was that first drive by Chicago. They just came right down the field, Darnell Mooney made some ridiculous grab. I think that was on the first drive where he's like completely horizontal, yet it sticks to his hand. Any other time that ball would bounce off. I want to say it was a third down or so too. It was some big play by Justin Fields. He misses that. Who knows what kind of day Justin Fields has, which he didn't even play that well. Everyone acted like he played incredible. But the fact was the Bears went right down, ran the football on us. We're getting pushed around. They just waltz into the end zone for a touchdown. I mean, I've seen that too many times, where it's a morale breaker where you come in and you're just like, oh yeah, let's get this game. They're not that good. And then they come down and just out physical you in the first thing and score with ease. And it's just like, I think it gets the fan base down as well as the players themselves.
Oh yeah. But the only, the only little bit of a silver lining is we did come out and respond right away. Until we got to the 5-yard line, of course. But, we didn't just simply give up and let the game get away from us outright. A lot of times in the past, we would have, So a comedy of errors in that first half, shoot. And Justin Fields had his best half of football, came back down to life, showed us like what he really is in the second half. But, it's frustrating. We got to get a whole 4 quarters put together here, man. And, there's a few bright spots here and there, but definitely not enough.
Here's the thing with Justin Fields, man. Like, I thought he was going to light us up because that's kind of what most quarterbacks have done the past 2+ years under the last regime, and even now. This was this dude's second start. He had like +1 passing yard the previous game. So you're acting like, oh, he played well. That's the guy he is. Dude was 11 for 17, 209, and a pick. I mean, I don't see any big touchdown passes there. I don't see any gigantic rushing plays that I recall, maybe a scamper here or there for a couple of yards, but those are not good NFL stats. The only thing that he did do was we let him stand back there like a statue like we have, and he made like 3 throws that I remember where it was like he threw it down the field, there was a decent throw, and his guys made plays. Other than that, I mean, the Bears beat us, and their quarterback didn't even dominate. He didn't play that well. He just made a couple throws here or there. So, I mean, you said they came back and answered. My opinion with that is, again, okay, we're putting together these like 10-play drives. I want to say later in this game, they're like, hey, the Lions have had like 6 drives that all went for 8 to 10 plays apiece or something ridiculous like that. And it's like, and we had no points to show for it. Like, Stefan, what other NFL games do you watch where the quarterback like goes to call a protection, his all-pro center hikes it off his chest, and it gets picked off by the defense? You seen that before? You see that every week?
Oh, man, bro, like, not that I can recall. And that's some weird stuff. I don't know, like, there's some weird things going on with the Lions, and we got some mountains to climb.
So that's what I mean when we say like, oh, well, we came back, but Like the but is always like something that never happens to any other NFL teams or something that's inexcusable. Like that's an inexcusable turnover by Goff and
Justin
Ragnow.
Tucker's a great kicker. He deserved that extra butt,
Oh, get the hell out of here. Like, I'm not going back to that. That was ridiculous. But, like, these aren't things. These aren't like, oh, the defense made a great play. It's like you were trying to come up and make a protection change. Your center didn't know what thought you were saying hike. He hiked it off you, and now we lose the football when we should have had a touchdown there. It would be 7-7. Instead, we give it up. Bears come back down the second quarter, early second quarter. Oh, another rushing touchdown for David Montgomery. So now you're down 2 scores. It's 14-zip. Like, it was 14-zip at half. Stefan, you can't win ball games when your offense has 0 at halftime. I don't know if you know this, but like the best you could do is tie, and when we can't because we're giving up points. So that's not a good sign having your NFL offense put up a goose at halftime again.
I mean, listen, not a good sign, bro. I don't take anything away from that. But like
they put up a goose against Baltimore too. Wasn't it 10-0? Like we can't go for an absolute Easter egg every half. We got to put up points. We got to execute. So let me look at things. But
let me just say that I would say we got these weird things going against us. But listen, all we got to do is pay Calvin his money. We're gonna get some good juju on our side. We're gonna take the next steps.
Oh, you think you're being funny here with that? Like I'm not gonna do. You're not gonna rope me into some rant today about that. I've done it one too many times. I'm absolutely sick of it. I just can't. I can't do it. I absolutely can't do it today. I really can't. But like, why when we're talking about the Bears, why are you randomly bringing up the field goal from 66 yards that hit the crossbar and went the other way and beat the Lions, and then you're bringing up the wide receiver that we shall not speak of here on the show? Why are you doing this?
We got to keep it light. We got to add a little bit of just randomness to stop us from looking too much at that Bears game and how bad it was.
Oh my gosh. I'm looking for sound bites here that I can drop on you, but nothing's coming to me except the Jim Rome buzzer when you bring up, hey, let's talk about Cal.
That's not a good call. No. You don't like that call. I don't like that call. Not a very good call.
I don't like that name. I don't like that call. The other call I don't like is that we didn't get that delay a game, if you want to talk about. Anyway, I'm past all that. I'm really past all that.
Yeah, we don't got to go there.
I sat down with Dr. Christopoulos a week or so ago on the show here. He talked me through. I may have ranted or raved on that show a little bit as well. So let me calm back down here, Stefan. You're trying to be funny, trying to rile me up. You're trying to throw out that bait and make me I'm not going to do it today. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to calmly work my way through this game, and that's to say that it's a 2-score game at halftime. I mean, it's 14 points. I mean, the Lions get the football after the third quarter. I mean, we come and score. It's a 1-score game. I think I tweeted that out as well. But they didn't. The Lions clunk it up right after the third quarter. They give the ball back to the Bears. And before I know it, midway early in the third quarter, they're waltzing in for another rushing touchdown from 4 yards from someone named Damian Williams, some cast-off from the Chiefs or some veteran old running back that shouldn't be playing these days. I think he was wearing number 8 or number 6 or something stupid that a running back shouldn't have. 21-0. Like, all we have to do is get a score and it's a 7-point game. Now it's 21 points. I mean, absolutely ridiculous. I'm calm though. Hey, but I'm calm.
All that being said, bro, shoot. We do a chip shot field goal in the fourth quarter instead of doing whatever the hell he decided to do, go no huddle and trust his gut. And that's a learning curve. And we're back in that football game with all the crap we just went through. So, I mean, there's that. Shoot.
So here's the thing, man. I want to throw this at you, bro. I really do.
Bruh.
Like when we're down 21 and then like 7 minutes later, you get a 4-yard touchdown pass from Goff to Khalif Raymond. I mean, what are you thinking, bro? Are you excited? You're like, here we come?
Bruh.
Honestly, no. I was just kind of watching passively, but
Okay, well, let me ask you this. 21-7, and then we give up a field goal with like no time left in the third quarter, so it's 24-7 heading into the fourth quarter. But sure enough, like early in that fourth quarter, a beautiful 25-yard touchdown right up the seam. Jared Goff corked one loose. Khalif Raymond, the all-pro, the Lions wide receiver one, running down the seam, makes a catch, finds the end zone. It's now 24-14. I mean, down 10, 11 minutes to go. Before you know it, the Bears start kind of clunking themselves up. We play a little bit of defense. We get the ball back. We start driving. Next thing you know, we're, I don't know, inside the 15, the 10, whatever it was. And as you just mentioned, it's like fourth and a handful or 3 to 5, whatever it was. The Lions get all hurried up by the clock. You know, of course, the refs never pump the clock or never give us any type of credit. It was a first down anyway from Khalif Raymond, from what I recall. Oh, no, they called it just shy, so the Lions go for it. And Jared Goff just throws this out pass again like it's the first quarter. He's out there before in pregame and just, missed it. Like, guys wide open. He had 3 other guys wide open. So that's on Jared Goff, to be honest. But my thing is, like you brought up, why? I mean, there's like 5 to 6 minutes left at this point. Why are we not saying, all right, cool, we'll take this 3. It'll be 24-17. We got some timeouts in our pocket, whatever it is. Like, let's go play defense. And then maybe we get another turnover from the rookie. Maybe we get a stop, and then Jared Goff is real motivated. He's down to score. He's got the football in his hands. Instead, you just like, let's go for it. And people online were like, you got to go for it there because it's much easier to kick a field goal late. Well, it doesn't matter if you to kicking a field goal late when you don't get the fourth down. The game's over at that point, basically. I mean, right. Take the like points, extend the game.
Walk before you run, of course.
Yeah, so that was an absolute, I mean, again, I always make fun of this phrase. People use it here on the pod. It's a head scratcher. It's a, I guess I'm a little confused, but it's just one of those where it didn't make any sense to me to go for it there. It only looks good if you get it and then you get a touchdown. Anything else is just what happened.
That's rookie, that's rookie head coaching right there, bro. But, that's all I can say about that. Like, it wasn't our brightest moment.
And if there's like 2 minutes left and you have no timeouts, okay, maybe you're more aggressive, but like 5-6 minutes on the clock, like, you've got off the field a few times, your offense is humming a little bit more. Like, I just feel like, people are, finally we have an aggressive coach and now you're upset. No, I don't mind him going for it in those calculated situations. Like, hey, 4th and 2 early in the game, we think we're road grading, like run behind Penei Sewell. Sure. Jared Goff's cooking, like he's got a little out route to Swift or St. Brown. He thinks he can move the sticks. Fine, go for it. But don't take points off the board when we're trying to give our team a chance, just assuming that you can't stop anyone or assuming that, if you don't get one there, you're not going to get back there. Why would you do that? You would assume that you are going to get the football back and that you are going to drive again. So take the points.
Yeah, I mean, again, there's not much to counter offer there. It's kind of one of those things. There's a right way to do it and there's a wrong way to do it. I think it's pretty obvious we chose the wrong way there, and we just hopefully it doesn't happen again. Those are the things I got to look for going forward. All right, these mistakes that we've been making, bro. Like, are they stopping? Are they becoming few and far between, or is the comedy of errors continuing? And that's kind of what this year is to me.
I think that, Khalif Raymond had a nice ball game. I'm looking at Quintez's numbers right here. 4 catches, 83. Didn't find the end zone. Jamal Williams, 14 for 66, getting about 5, 6 a crack, and was running strong up the middle once again. Jared Goff, like, it doesn't look horrible. 299, 2 scores, but the fumble on the snap, pick, whatever you want to call that, debacle, and the strip sack, you can say, that was Penei Sewell's fault. Well, a lot of times guys come around the corner and you're able to just tuck and get in the fetal position and at least hold on to the football. Those are the kind of things that you need to actually win rather than a strip sack turnover at that point where, again, we were deep in their territory. So there's those mistakes, and then there's this mistake, Stefan. I'm literally watching the game because even after they made the bad by going for it, they still had the timeouts, as I mentioned, as well as, Chicago was struggling. So what do? Chicago ends up kind of just making a first down or so, but then ends up punting. I'm literally sitting there on my TV going, we got at least one guy, maybe two guys that are across the line of scrimmage just lined up for this punt. Sure enough, Chicago calls like a timeout for whatever reason. I'm like, whew, we got lucky there because that would have moved the chains. The same guy comes back and he's a yard over the football, like it's completely obvious. I'm like, that's going to be offsides. I mean, I don't know what he's thinking. You just look at the football, and sure enough, they hike it. There goes the yellow hanky, ball game over. Like, that's the kind of crap that I feel like Dan Campbell should start biting kneecaps about. He should be like, we cannot be that stupid to have our helmet across a yard across the football on a punt late in the football game. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, man, I'm 100% on board with all that. Like, exactly, that's the time. I mean, do it behind closed doors, do it the right way. But I hope he tore into the team. I really do. Because again, I think he demands respect, and I hope that is the case. Because again, the only thing I do keep seeing, despite some of the dumb decisions and some of the stupid play on the field, is they do keep fighting for him. They do keep playing hard. We just gotta make a few smarter decisions. Again, learn when to just take your a sack loss instead of more.
Stefan, Dan Campbell said with his own lips, with his own words, that he was sick of it.
You've had enough of that.
Well, Dan Campbell, I've had enough of the sloppy play.
You've had enough of that.
Dan freaking Campbell, Motor City Dan Campbell. I've had enough of this ultra aggressive go for it every time when you don't get it every time and you don't have the talent. I'm tired of that too.
You've had enough of that.
And Dan Campbell, I need W's. I'm tired of putting up losses. I'm tired of that goose in the W column. I'm absolutely sick of it. I need a win sooner than later, my man.
You've had enough of that.
Exactly. So, Stefan, I'll sum it up like this, man. As you can tell by my frustration, I told the people I was going to rant and rave. I pretty much accomplished that task for the day. I talked a lot, probably because I shut you out like I often do here when you come on the show, bro. But like a sloppy game, too aggressive. Goff wasn't what we needed at the quarterback position. The penalties, the sloppy tackling, the lack of physicality. We didn't deserve to win. I didn't feel like at any point during that game, even late, where it was like, oh yeah, we should get this one, or we're gonna get this one. It felt like one that you didn't deserve to get a W at the end of the day. To me, this is a bad loss by the Lions. It's a game that they should have been much more competitive. They should have, even though it's a road game, this team in Chicago was not playing well. It should have been much more of a toss-up. You can say, it's a 10-point game. We could have had it when we did this, we did that. You didn't. You lost. It was a winnable football game, and now you got to find a way to get a W with more injuries. Your top rush guy is gone. Your center is going to be gone. We don't know when Taylor Decker's coming back. You better damn sure hope that Swift and Hawkinson can put up points and that defense can create more turnovers, or it's going to be a long time till you get that W that I want. So that's where I'm at with this right now.
Well, yeah, man, listen, I agree with what you said, bro, but let me leave you with this. The Cardinals are the new kings of that division. The Rams are going to get knocked down a few pegs. We're going to get some better draft picks once Stafford shows the true colors, doesn't make it out in the big games. There's not a good college quarterback this year, probably maybe not even next year, but in 3 years, we got my boy JJ coming out of the University of Michigan. He's going to be a top 10 pick. The Lions are going to draft him, and we back, baby. We back.
Oh God! All right, let me do this because I thought Stefan was gonna come through with some Kool-Aid. I thought he's gonna get everybody hyped. Instead, he talked about the mayor of Munchkin Land. That's Kyler Murray. Nobody cares about that dwarf. That he's still overrated. Just ridiculous, short, annoying quarterback in my opinion. And then what'd you do? Then you took a shot at Matt Stafford, which will get you a lot of
I love
praise.
Stafford, though. Just
that'll get you.
But
okay, that'll get you praise with half the audience, and then you doubled back, and now you say you love him, even though you said he's not playing well, and I did the Stafford blast, it's going to help our draft pick. You're all over the map with that take. And then you threw out a random that J.J. McCarthy's going to be good in 3 years. He's going to play for the Lions, so I just need to calm down, wait 3, 4, 5 years maybe, and then he'll be playing quarterback, and then everything will be good. Was that your take? Was that your thoughts?
It made sense if you just really think about it, and then pray, and then have a few drinks, and then think about it again. Yeah, we're spot on, baby.
Oh, bro, here's what I'm going to say. Again, I've been frustrated. I've been yelling a lot. I've been saying how bad they played, because they did play bad. And like you say, part of my Detroit Koolaid optimism isn't to come on here and just ignore all the bad plays, all the coulda, woulda, shouldas, and be like, oh, we did amazing. And, but like, there's still a lot to prove. I guess, like, if I was going to serve up Kool-Aid, it's like, I think in the next, I'm not even going to say like the next couple weeks, give it like the next 4 to 6 weeks, I really need to see a lot more from Levi. I need to see Aleem McNeil create like disruption in the middle. Like, I need to see him blowing up a quarterback here or there. I need to see him, blowing up a run play for a tackle for loss. I need to see those kind of things. I need to see Jared Goff as a quarterback, not say everything in the media and say, oh, we're working hard, I love these guys, like, we're tough, we got to put it together. I need to see you put it together. I need to see you be tougher. I need to see these guys working harder, making plays on Sundays, whatever it may be. Those are the kind of things I'm going to be able to, not only have that one pride about, but be like, hey, the last 4 to 6 weeks, like, they've played a lot more smart. They played a lot more intense. They've been in there from quarters 1 to 4, kind of like I saw in the Baltimore game. And I think they can do that. I really do. I think it's going to be tough with some of this young talent having to play right now and not having these vets. So I think, like, let's say in 3 weeks, if they were able to get Deshaun Hand, Taylor Decker, Trey Flowers, and the rookies come along, that then you would see a more competitive team where it's like, hey, some of our big dog vets that have already showed they can play are out there doing their thing, as well as the young pups. I think that's what we have to see. So again, I hate to preach patience after I went off the whole show about not wanting to be patient, but I'm not want to be patient for like multiple years, even though like I know there's a plan in place. I just want to say, like, next 4 to 6 weeks, like, let's see if everything comes together more when some of these guys get back and the young dogs start playing a bit better, as well as maybe Jared Goff gets in the groove. Maybe he really starts knowing these receivers. We see things from Trinity Benson, or see if his, comes along and we really can say, wow, for 3 weeks, 4 weeks now, he's produced. That's what I need to see from some of these guys. Not like, oh, he had a good week, and then next week he's nowhere,
Oh yeah, bro. Like, listen, everything you said, I think is spot on. I'll simply, say, I just need to also see the maintained intensity from the players. It's hard to keep that intensity during losing. Obviously, we got to also see a lot of plays cleaned up, and we can't see any more boneheaded mistakes. But Dan Campbell, I mean, being aggressive is one thing, but a few small things this year are going to be huge for the future.
Yeah, I still love Dan Campbell. You know what I mean? I love some of the. Every time you see him, he seems very adaptable. Like, he's willing to listen to his coaches. He's willing to hear the players. He's willing to be aggressive. I just haven't seen that tactfulness of being able to, like, hey, I'm going to pull off here because the numbers, are going to help us, or we need points, or we need this. It's just when I see some of that from him, as well as, we just need – it's just you take anybody's top 5, 6 players on both sides of the football off the field. I mean, it's going to be hard to win games. So I feel like he is playing with a short deck, but I love him as a coach. I love that he's featuring Swift in the pass game. I mean, I think there's a lot more traction there and in different areas, but like you said, man, 4 quarters. I don't need to see you come out and play great in quarter 1 against the Vikings and then get run off the field for 3 quarters. I don't need to see you sleep through the first half and then play amazing down the back stretch. Give us some more quality games. And I just don't know how they're going to compensate. Again, people are going to be like, oh, injuries. You're always making injury excuses. Like, how are you gonna make up for that until, like I said, until Trey and Deck and those guys come back? I mean, you don't have left tackles and defensive rush players just hanging off trees.
Exactly.
So that's where I think the patience, like root on your team, like we want better. I've, given you all the frustrations, but the Kool-Aid is wait till those guys get back. Try to put up a game against Cincy, try to get some of these other teams and hang tight. Maybe you'll have a better game in Pittsburgh. Like maybe when Chicago comes back here for Turkey Day, you're rolling at that point a little bit better than you obviously were this past week. So I don't know, man. Sir, like people need to continue to always drink it in. I apologize for the frustration.
Drink it in, man.
Let's give him a double-sided cornbread, Stefan, on the way out.
Cornbread!
Now, I'd say promote your stuff, but you're nowhere on Twitter anymore. I'm just happy to get you for maybe 30 to 45 minutes here, do the show once a month or whenever you decide to show up. But it's been fun, bro. I mean, you were kind of positive. You pretty much agree with everything I say, so I thought it was a good show.
Hey, listen, I listened to the experts. I learned a lesson. It's your show. You're a smarter man than me. I realize that now.
Yeah, man, why'd it take you so long? But I mean, where's your head at? You heading to the next, you packing up your Umbros? You got a match on the pitch coming up, or what do you got going these days?
It's pretty simple, man. I go to work, hang out with girlfriend. I watch the Michigan on Saturdays, and I look forward to seeing what excitement the Lions may or may not bring me on Sunday, man. Listen, we'll get this thing turned around. Again, we got some things to build off of, some injuries to come back, put a few games together with the full squad. I'm looking forward to sitting down and enjoying a few more games with a little bit deeper of a roster.
Oh, we got to get it together, and I guess this might only half our people might like it, but I mean, how about those Wolverines? I mean, undefeated, smacked the taste out of Wisconsin's mouth. I mean, I'm eyeing up the green and white as well as that team down south that I shall not speak of. I mean, everybody knows what I think about them here on the show.
Hey, listen, Ohio State sucks.
Exactly.
Where Kuda came from, man. Listen, it is what it is.
So, I mean, let's just say go blue, bro.
Bruh.
Go blue.
And
Honolulu
go
blue and the Mason blue, baby.
Exactly. Honolulu blue as well. So everybody, thank you so much for listening. Stefan, always fun talking football, man. Really appreciate you coming on.
It was fun, guys. See you around.
Everybody, that's all we got for the Detroit Koolaid Cast here on a Wednesday. Check me Friday where it's me versus Chops, a.k.a. you know what his name is. He's coming in. He's got some strong takes. There's going to be definite fights on that show. We'll be talking Lions, getting you ready for Lions, Vikings in Minnesota. I think that's how the horn goes. I don't know. We're not going to hear that horn at all because it's going to be all Lions all day, every day. We're going to find a way to get a dubski and drink more of that Detroit Kool-Aid. So everybody, have a great day. We'll catch you Friday right here on the Detroit Koolaid Cast. Okay, everybody. We're out.
Drink it in, man.
Pack the bag, start the plane. This game is over. It is over. What a comeback by the Lions.
Drink it in, man.